Hey everyone, Brian from Everyday Reviews here, and this week we're taking off on a brand new kind of journey, one that involves the future of flying. We're headed to Hamburg, Germany to check out AIX 2025, the world's biggest aircraft interior expo, but that's just the beginning. Hamburg is home to one of the biggest Airbus facilities in the world. This place is massive. We're talking 18,000 employees, nearly 100 buildings, and the site size is about 1,000 soccer fields. And it's not just for the big birds like the A330 and A350, it's also where the A320 family is built. In one of these hangars, the very first Air Canada A321XLR is on the line. XLR stands for extra long range. That will open up a lot of new routing opportunities, but not only that, it's also going to feature a full flat business class just like the big boys. But before we check out this exciting new long range narrow body, we're stopping by something just as cool. Welcome to the Airbus Airspace Customer Definition Center. This is where airlines come to basically design their planes. We're talking full mock-ups with different seating layouts, overhead bins, materials, lighting, you name it. They even have state-of-the-art 3D virtual reality renderings so customers can visualize their aircraft inside and out before a single bolt is even turned. Want to see what your cabin would look like flying over the Alps at golden hour? You can. Want to project business class seats on one half of the fuselage and economy on the other? They can do that too, right on the floor to scale. And if you love options, well, this room is heaven. Materials, finishes, accessories, the combinations are almost endless. But now let's get to the real reason why we're here. This is the Airbus A321XLR. It's the latest evolution of the ultra-popular A321, built off the workhorse A321neo platform. The XLR, or extra long range, takes things to the next level. Unlike the 321 long range, which uses extra tanks as separate add-ons, the XLR features an integrated rear center tank, or as they call it, RCT, built right into the fuselage. It holds an additional 13,000 liters of fuel, yet takes up less space than the modular tanks. I actually had a chance to stick my head into the tank. I couldn't take any video, but man, there's a lot more to it than just a fuel tank, that's for sure. To support the added range and weight, the XLR also gets a reinforced airframe, upgraded brakes, and modified flaps. The results? A narrow-body jet that can stay in the air for up to 11 hours or fly for more than 4,700 nautical miles. That's transatlantic territory. It really opens up so many different options. Alex, not every day do you launch a new aircraft. This is so exciting. What is the best thing about the XLR?
It's a huge deal. Like we've been waiting for the XLR for years. Like we're really excited. That next year we're gonna finally get our hands on that new aircraft, and it's gonna open up like a whole range of new possibilities, new routes, new markets, and we're really excited. So it's a big deal for Canada. Today, in the network planning world, in our world, when you look at opening new routes, you need to look at the economics. You need to look at the sustainability of new markets. When you've got a tool like the XLR that's completely different from the tools you've got in your toolbox today, that opens up, like new opportunities, new markets that today you cannot viably and profitably open. Let's take example, like thin markets, like long range markets that today have, kind of limited demand, low demand. With the XLR, you finally get a tool to launch them and maintain, year-round presence on those markets. And that's something today with just wide-body aircraft on long range markets you cannot do. So I think the list of opportunities is it's actually a very long list, and we're really excited, when we work on those opportunities to see, what's gonna fly.
Where will it slot in with the existing fleet that you have now?
Yeah. So the XLR is coming, mostly for growth, mostly for international growth, but also replacement of older aircraft. So with the product that we're designing, for the XLR, with the range and the capabilities of that aircraft, we're going to be able, first and foremost, to fly new international markets, to maintain, presence year-round. So basically, during the winter season, maintain presence on some international markets that are like summer seasonal currently.
If we're flying domestic, will we still experience that live flight experience?
Absolutely. So for us, like the XLR, it's not, a single trick aircraft. It's a very versatile, like a tool that we've got in the toolbox. So it can go international, but it can also go like domestic, transcontinental. So when we will go transcontinental, we can have the same product. We have no intention here to have different product depending on the market. So you're going to have that experience on lie flat. You're going to have that experience on, getting that aircraft, between Toronto, Montreal, and the west coast of Canada, for example.
What's so beneficial about the XLR?
Yeah. So when we speak about the XLR, you've got a few significant benefits. Maybe the number one benefit is it's a new generation aircraft. So it's a more efficient aircraft, 30% less fuel burn. So that comes with like very favorable economics and also like a better sustainability and a lower footprint in terms of emissions. So that's number one. Number two, I will say it's just getting that new tool, that new aircraft that basically offers something that today, we really cannot offer. So the 321 XLR will be, the launch product for many of the new features that you're going to see across, the Air Canada fleet. So even if it's going to come with a new cabin, a new filling, a new look and feel in general in the cabin, actually that's something we're going to roll out, across the whole fleet at Air Canada on narrow bodies and wide bodies. So what does it mean? It means that we're going to have an enhanced experience for our customers. We're going to have like new colors, new filling, new sealing, for the, in those aircraft. And, very, very soon, like we're going to have that experience across the whole journey for our customers, starting in the lounge, until up to in the aircraft. So, we really looking forward to offer, the opportunity from, the very start of the journey to the end of the journey. And obviously the aircraft and the moment you spend in the aircraft are moment, like that people will remember with that new experience. The 321 XLR, from the first aircraft we're going to get, will be equipped with new XL bins. So, those bins that you see behind myself here, bigger bins. We know for the customers, you can have, like more room, like to get your, carry-on on the aircraft. And for us, in terms of, for our flight attendant, making sure that we've got a better experience when you get into the aircraft, everybody can find space for their luggage, and also being more efficient, having like faster turnaround times and getting that aircraft to fly because it's meant to fly, not to be on the ground.
Different IFE in here as well?
Yeah, so those aircraft will feature like new IFE, bigger screens, and higher quality. So those will be the best screens we're gonna have on the entire fleet when they're gonna start flying. So we know that for our customers, when you fly long haul, having that bigger screen and with all the IFE content we've got charged on them, we know it's going to be a very good experience. Especially when you fly international flights for like 7-8 hours. That's something that our customers always enjoy.
Will it be the latest Panasonic system that was just announced yesterday?
It will be, I will not respond to that question. Not disclosed yet.
Okay. So how many of the XLRs is Air Canada going to expect, and when can we expect them?
Yeah, so we have a firm order for like 30 XLR with some options available to us. We're going to see them starting in 2026. As for like any new aircraft, we're going to have, some testing and certification going on, in the early month of 2026. But you can expect them to be in full revenue flying, full operational flying, by summer of 26. And soon it's going to ramp up quite fast. Airbus is building, a lot of aircraft for us, and we're going to get to that 30 number as soon as we can, and working closely with Airbus to make sure we can ramp up as fast as we can.
Will all XLRs have the lie flat front cabin?
Yes, I can say, for the 30 aircraft aircraft we've got on order today, they will all feature the same cabin, the same amenities, the same LOPA, as we say, and we're really excited because 30 it's a big number.
Do we know the configuration, what it would be up front at all? Like how many rows?
No, we're gonna roll out soon. I know everybody's very excited to see all the details and to see pictures about the seats, about the configuration. We'll roll out, the whole configuration, showing the seats and the look and feel when we're a bit closer to the date of launch. That's where it will make sense. We don't want to create too much excitement, so much in advance.
Now, Air Canada hasn't officially released the 321XLR cabin yet, but based on what I've seen here at Airbus and what other airlines are doing with their 321XLRs, I would expect something similar, like 7 rows of full lay-down business class seats in a reverse herringbone type of layout. So that's 14 business class seats. This sample one here, which may or may not be representative of what the Air Canada version will be, is definitely very roomy, luxurious, and is packed with storage. I just can't believe it's a lie-flat experience on a single aisle jet. It really is a leaner, greener option, and it opens the door to so many new possibilities. Stay tuned for more from AIX 2025, and make sure to check out our travel playlist on the channel, where we have a lot more aviation content, including one of my very favorites, which is an air-to-air filming mission. From Hamburg, Germany, ciao!